we've got some new data in regards to PlayStation discontinuing the disc. Now, just in case, let me catch you up in case you haven't been keeping up with the story. I lost my balance for a second. Don't worry about that. PlayStation is discontinuing Blu-ray support printing disc in 2028. And they said the reason being is nobody buys discs anymore. Now, a fan put out some data that basically countered that, saying, well, in the Insomniac leaks, when a game releases digitally and physically at the same time, the digital outsells or performs about the same as the digital. The problem is that usually games are only releasing digital, especially the annual games and shit like that. But then Sony came out and said, well, only 7 games this year sold 100,000 copies on disc, and this is why we're going to continue to do that. Now, we have another tweet that's countering what Sony... It's getting to the point, nigga, somebody's lying.
Welcome to Fan World.
Somebody's fucking lying in this bitch, bro. And we're going to get to the bottom of this shit. So according to this tweet from Rise Elliott, who is, let's see, head of marketing analysis. Oh, he works for Linear Analytics. Fun fact, when I talk numbers on this stream, it's either coming from Sarcania or Alinea. So these are like the leading gaming data nerds in the industry, basically. A lot of folks still buy games on PlayStation, according to the Linear Analytics. But the type of game matters there. Now that Sony has confirmed it's taking physical discs behind the shed in 2028, its physical splits are worth a proper look at. Sony knew a vocal minority of superfans would be mad, but they did it anyway for a simple region margin. Hold on, let me hit some music for this shit, bro. What should we do this shit? Let's see. Can you link those accounts? You mean this tweet right here? I got you. Well, I'm no fan of this decision as a consumer. The data explains the boardroom math, my bad. Here are our estimates for the physical share of copies sold across 10 high-profile PlayStation titles over the past couple of years. The range is enormous, running from Final Fantasy XIV Rebirth, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth at 48%, almost 50%, to Black Myth Wukong at 10%. That spread reveals a lot about who still gives a shit about physical games. The top of the list is collector territory. The prestige single-player epics like Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Astrobot, Spider-Man 2, Expedition 33. The older heads want sitting on our shelves. Then the bottom belongs to the digital natives like Black Myth Wukong, which was a PC-first title and massive in China. That's why the data is skewed. Remember, most people who bought Black Myth Wukong was on Steam and they were from China. It wasn't the PlayStation. Anyways, and then annual titles like Madden. Third-party publishers are obviously chucked behind the scenes because of the underlying unit economics. On a standard $70 first-party game, a disc sale nets Sony roughly 45. Who cares about that? Let's look at the numbers. Here, he put the chart right here. I'm just gonna show you this. If you're not following, what he's arguing is, when Sony releases good games, people buy them. They don't buy discs for bullshit, with the exception being Black Myth Wukong, because primarily the sales were driven by China. He's trying to make the argument, this is one of those cases where the numbers might lie. You have to look at the context. I think he's trying to argue the issue is gamers don't necessarily want to not buy disc. They want better games. And I'm gonna be honest, I kind of agree with this data because I'm an example of this shit. I said it right here. I originally played Expedition 33 on Game Pass for free. That shit was so fucking good. I went on Amazon and ordered a copy for the PS5. It's still in the wrapper. I never took it out. I just wanted to own it. Wolverine, I'm gonna buy a physical copy. Marvel Token, if that shit is ass on PC, I'm buying a physical copy on PS5. I might get Phantom Blade physical. GTA 6, if I decide to get it, if I could, I would have got it physically. I don't have a fucking choice. And that's the point. They're taking away, they're causing the problem, and then trying to give you the solution and then saying the problem was your fault when they're the one that caused the problem in the first place. Is there a legitimate way to protest this? Right now, it's looking a little rough. I think the real way to stick it to Sony is gonna happen in 2028. Y'all not ready for this. Y'all not ready for this. Build a PC, chat. Right now, for the next 2 years, I don't know what we can do. Maybe boycott Wolverine and see what happens. I don't know. But I really think if you want to stick it to Sony, do not buy that PlayStation 6. Just build a PC. Or if you want to stay with console, build that Xbox, especially because, or buy an Xbox, especially because the next Xbox is rumored to run Steam. But if you build a PC or upgrade your PC instead of getting that PlayStation 6, oh, because you got to remember, they spend a lot of money on research and development. Imagine a world where they spent billions of dollars on research and development for the next gen console, then nobody bought that shit. They fucking shit bricks, nigga. I swear to God, the beat ended perfectly. You said, I'm investing. And you know the best part about this is, and this is why I said in the short term, I don't know what we can do. It's kind of business as usual. But I genuinely think if we can spread the message and we can get people on board, there's enough time, because we're 2-3 years from the PlayStation 6. If you don't have enough for a PC, there is time to save for one right now. You know, greatness doesn't start today. It starts in the past. You know what I'm saying? Or like what I mean is like when the PS6 comes out, you don't wait till the PS6 comes. You start now is what I'm saying. If you save up and build that PC and a lot of people aren't buying that PS6, oh, they're going to fucking panic. That's when the surveys are going to start going out. Oh, what's wrong with the PS6, guys? What do you think we can do? I need a disk drive, nigga. I need a motherfucking disk drive, nigga. You're going to have me out there like Paul Revere. So yeah, I in my opinion, I just don't know what we can do in the short term because a lot of damage is done. So it's like, I think in order for us as consumers to win, we're going to have to play the long game. Instead of it kind of feels like, it feels like we're in a boxing match and there's 12 rounds and we're in round 6. In round 1 through 6, Sony is up on the cards, but they're only up on the cards like 1 or 2 points. That being said, by the time we get to round 12, your coach is yelling at you, we need a knockout. We need a knockout. So then you're kind of just surviving, conserving the energy. And when round 12 comes around, AKA that PS6, hit him with that boom, bop, bing, bop, bing, bop, bow. I just type of shut him on, wouldn't understand. What the fuck that nigga said? You ready? I'm not ready, but I've been wanting to get into PC. So many indie games out there, I know. Hey, that's just my idea. And to be fair, I'm just speaking off the top of my head. I do feel like that would stick it to him, but I don't know. I feel like in order to get him in short term, it would have to be a couple L's. So like, I think if we wanted to get them in the short term, people would have to boycott probably Marvel Token. People would have to boycott Wolverine, and they would have to boycott GTA 6. And I'm gonna be honest. Y'all know I got stock in Take-Two Interactive. I don't trust y'all niggas. I just don't believe y'all gonna boycott GTA 6. Well, I'm gonna make some money off you bitch ass niggas, man. So that's why I said in the short term, I don't know, man. There's too many. This is the year that like it's just too many bangers. I don't think people are gonna protest like that. Shout out to Boring with the 5. Get the subs. I owe you 5. That's too much. Yeah, GTA 6. Whoa. I can't do that shit, bro. I can't do that shit. I need. Never get old, chat. PlayStation shutting down the stream. PlayStation shutting down the stream. He said something wrong with the mic. Mic muted. I'm not muted. I can literally see my mic moving on the thing. Type it in the chat one more time, nigga. It's not a boycott for me because I was never gonna buy it. Yeah, I feel that. That PlayStation 6 is gonna have to have like some killer apps to get me to buy that shit. I don't know, man. Like I'm good with my PC. You good, TBH? We can hear you. Yeah, I know this nigga's lying. Like I'm not tech stupid, bro. The meters on my fucking mic are literally moving, so I know if it's not working or not. Because if a bunch of people in the chat type, first of all, the way you know the mic is muted is everybody in the chat is saying it. Then I look over at OBS, I see, oh, my mic meters aren't moving. It is muted. This nigga's trolling, bro. Type it in the chat one more time. Hey, I just want you to know, you notice he ain't typing in the chat again. It's almost like the bitch ass nigga heard me. So I said, don't play with me, nigga. Play with your dick. Anyways, what else we got? I hear loud and clear type shit. The Last of Us multiplayer mod has hit a big milestone as it prepares for launch in September. I've been keeping up with this mod and it keeps making milestones. One of the greatest tragedies in Sony's live service calls was the cancellation of The Last of Us Factions, the standalone sequel to the surprisingly great multiplayer mode from the original PS3. While Sony is still sending live service games over the top, shout out to Arc Mage with the $25 super chat.
Affect PS6 sales in the future.
I don't know if people will boycott, but I think this will affect PSX sales in the future. And that's why I said this is going to have to be the long game. That's why, like, even, I don't know if that boycott for like the week is going to do anything. Because it's also sudden. The thing is, like, you never want to fight a war off emotion. Fighting a war is always got to be like a tactile, logical thing. So logically speaking, I don't think it's good to like do these little bit attacks. Just take a step back, you know, let your opponent think that they're winning, and then come through and swing on that nigga, bro. That's what I would do. So I think the real damage is the PS6. I owe you 5. Modder Specializer thinks otherwise, as they've been working on a multiplayer mode for The Last of Us Part 2 on PC since the start of the year, which is planned to launch in September 2026. Just yesterday, the modder revealed that his project has hit quite a big milestone. The mod can now handle proper 4v4 matches, which is previously only 1v1. Specializer regularly shows off what he's been working with on Twitter. For example, it now also has a functioning leaderboard and recently added the Sephirite Forest map to complement the house's map previously shown off. A major focus now is exploring the methods of animation sync to replicate the incredibly smooth, dynamic animations used in Naughty Dog's projects. As far as I understand it, in The Last of Us 2, the only player character has access to the full suite of animations. NPCs have different movements, which the modder realized when he was playing with the fucking code and shit. Is this more like gameplay of it? Basically, it's like halfway there is what it seems like.
Something clicked. Part 2, shipped without any multiplayer. No factions, no online mode, nothing. So what if I tried to add...
I would be open to trying this when it gets done, but here, if you want to watch the full dev diary. GTA 5's biggest draw to me was Franklin because of San Andreas. 6 looks like you're playing Paul's brother Power Fantasy. No online yet, so the character... Yeah, you know, hey, you know what, you know a funny part too? A funny thing, I kind of agree with that. I feel like for GTA 6, Lucia is gonna have to be interesting to me because I'm not gonna lie, I don't really care about playing as Paul, that fucking redneck. I don't care. I do not care. So I kind of agree with your sentiment. Like the two characters, only one of them is kind of drawing me in, or Jason, yeah, whatever his name is, Jason, whatever the redneck's name is. I'm not really interested in playing a redneck who sells meth by the bayou, you know? We kind of already did that. We played a redneck who lives in the mountains in California in the last one. They said he could have been an op anyway, ain't it? I don't know. Latina baddie stocks going up. What up? It's funny, I don't think I've seen any sexist or woke people cry about Lucia. Do you think it's because it's GTA 6? Wait till the full game comes out. That's when people will start bitching. People gonna find a reason to dislike shit. What changed with PlayStation gamers? Because I watched an old GI pod and you all said that PlayStation gamers were the ones more willing to try different games and to see the perspective flip is wild. Generations change. You gotta keep in mind. You gotta keep in mind the GI podcast has been around since 2013. It's now 2026, nigga. Come on now. What happened is a lot of things. A lot of things has happened between 2013 and 2026. COVID is one of the main things. A lot of people joined gaming during COVID that were not gamers. So you have a lot of close. You know what's happened between 2013 and 2026? The cool kids are gamers now. And me personally, I'm cool with everybody enjoying the enjoying the medium. The problem is we let the cool kids in, and now they a little too loud. I'm not gonna lie, they a little too loud. Like we should have been gatekeeping the culture. Not gaming, but like the culture a little bit better, bro. Because now we got people during the Game Awards bitching that Spider-Man 2 didn't beat out Baldur's Gate 3. As if that, like, if you're an actual gamer, you don't have to like the decision, but you should have understood it. Same thing with anime. Yeah, I mean, yeah, look at DreamCon. There was a chick that went viral because she went to DreamCon and she was disrespecting people. She said, I don't like anime, that's for weird niggas. Y'all do weird shit. Like, shorty, you're at an anime convention. And not only are you at an anime convention, you're at an anime convention specifically designed as a safe place for black people, black nerds, because we don't get a lot of safe spaces. Everybody's welcome at DreamCon, but you did that at a specific, that's fucking crazy.
they just had lower the amount that they create, kind of making it exclusive.
I'm gonna get to you in a second.
Even also.
That was Zach Levine's sister. I don't give a fuck who it was. I don't care. Zach Levine's a bum, nigga. I don't care. That nigga was on my fucking he was on my what's the name? He was on one of my fantasy teams last year. That nigga's a bum. Looks like it runs in the family. I was about to say, I owe you 5, Phillips. I have a question. Instead of taking the disc away, couldn't they just had a lower amount? I agree with that. Just print less disc, I guess. But I was about to say, I lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, we didn't gatekeep the culture from 2013 to 2026. It's been infiltrated by the cool kids, and now the cool kids is running their mouth. They trying to rewrite history, say a bunch of bullshit that's wrong. And that's why people like me is out here smacking niggas up and reminding people like, yo, you welcome to play games. I'm not here to gatekeep in that way. You could play games, but watch your fucking mouth, bruh. Because the reality is that when the cool kids that went and bought consoles and streaming setups during COVID, when they eventually stop gaming, because they will, it's gonna be us left. And I don't want the culture to be fucked up by a bunch of people who are here only temporarily. Yeah, I said it. Some people will obviously stay, but it's gonna be a lot of temporarily people. And JG's fighting the war on Twitter. Yeah, JG's really fighting the war on Twitter. I will not participate in the Twitter war. I'll block a nigga real quick. Yeah, it's gonna be less dealing with the bullshit. All the cool kids gonna be gone, and we gonna be left with $200 games and shit, bro. I think the problem is with the new fans that gaming and anime are so vocal about their opinions, they think the opinion is law. Yeah, I think that has more to do with the rise of social media. Because even in 2013, social media wasn't as big, you know? Like back then in 2013, when we started the podcast, go look at episode 1 of Gaming Illuminati. Half the comment section is, I'm not watching that hour-long video. This shit is stupid. What the fuck is that? Now everybody in 2026 and their mama has a fucking podcast, but y'all not ready for that conversation. Now is when the podcast gonna drop. Y'all not consistent enough and shit like that. That man everywhere on the timeline. I know, right, Dooms? I have to constantly tell JG, can you please shut up, nigga? That's the only time I ever see JG on the timeline arguing with people and shit like that. Where do I find episode 1? It's on the Black Okage channel. Or if you go to GI Updates, the actual GI podcast, there's a playlist with all the old videos. Because just in case, do y'all niggas not use? Let me see. I'll show you. Oh, I spelled it wrong. Hold up. So, like, for those unaware, if you go to the Gaming Illuminati podcast YouTube page, if you scroll down right here, I posted all the older episodes. This will lead you to my channel, but like all the old, because originally the episodes were uploaded to my YouTube channel before we eventually decided to make our own. So that's where all the old episodes are. And then of course they're on Spotify and Apple too. AG need to change his profile picture to a clone trooper the way he be fighting these clankers. Real shit. But yeah, I feel like we haven't gatekept the culture. It's a lot of vocal people come in that don't know what they're talking about. And then they talking down on people, unfortunately, man. I mean, like, you got niggas calling people like me a desktop streamer, and I don't care what nobody says. I'm not offended, but that shit is used like a slur. Ain't that crazy? Oh, man, I can't fuck with that. That nigga a desktop streamer, bro. Okay, and you're a fucking degenerate with a camera. Now what? Like, what are we talking about, dude? That's what I mean when I say we didn't gatekeep the culture. The moment that term came out, motherfuckers have been like, yo, chill, he's just a streamer. That nigga's a desktop streamer. Like, yes, technically I am a desktop streamer, but the way, it's like niggas who say the word female. The word female is not problematic. It's the way a lot of niggas say, man, you know how these females is. Man, that nigga's a desktop streamer. It's the context and way you use that shit, bro. Like, be for real. Be fucking for real. You said, damn, that's a thing. Now, yeah, a lot of IRL streamers say that. I could never be a desktop streamer. Yeah, no, because you're not interesting. So you got to go outside and harass people and do stupid shit for fucking clips. We know. Desktop streaming is going to outlast the IRL. I agree. That shit is degeneracy. He said, say you swear it. Yes, it's a real thing, bruh. It's got a negative connotation to it. Yeah, it's a real thing. God forbid we create a safe space where we just talk games and have fun. That's how you know there's these new spaces. Like, streaming didn't start on a desktop. It started on a fucking desktop. I lost my train of thought. I'm gonna be honest. We're just gonna move on. He didn't swear. You can't make this shit up. You can't make this shit up. New GTA 6 info is coming soon, it seems. According to a reputable insider, new information about GTA 6 could arrive soon. Once again, Nate the Hate is being referenced, who has actively reported unannounced details about the upcoming games before. He recently said he expects to see a fair bit of GTA 6 news in August. He went on to push back against the narrative that just because Rockstar has not marketed GTA 6 much so far, with just a few months before the launch, that there is some cause for concern. They have a marketing plan and they're sticking to that plan. No reason for concern, he said, adding that the game is not delayed and will launch November 19th. Translation: be calm, be patient. There's going to be a media blitz, bruh. There's going to be a media blitz. Some kind of new reveal for GTA 6 in August makes sense. After all, that's when Rockstar's parent company Take-Two Interactive will release its next earning report. The report is said to be released on August 7th, and in a break from tradition, it'll be released on a Friday before the market opens that day, not after. It's also due time for GTA 6's marketing campaign to begin, considering Take-Two previously said marketing would kick off in the summer. Anyways, it's funny because most IRL streamers started off as desktop streamers. Yeah, but they decided to be degenerates afterwards. I'm on a desktop right now. What's wrong with me? Apparently everything. Oh shit. Did I think I owe 5, right? Yeah, Mike donated 10. My bad. Like 6 minutes ago. I got 5. I got 5 on it. Yeah, the Aki stretch. The little puppy yoga. You really watching the form? You gotta check it and make sure it's good. Did you see GTA 6 potential coming to the Switch 2? Yeah, all right. I'll believe it when I see it. GTA 6 on the Switch 2 gonna run in slow motion. That shit gonna run at 5 frames per second like this shit. Wow, I'm having so much fucking fun. Like, no, you're not, bro. Get the fuck out of here, bro. That's too fast. That shit gonna burn your lap on the Switch too. What was I about to say? I'm so tired of hearing about GTA 6. Real shit. Rockstar co-founder and GTA co-creator on physical games. Company should provide it if people want it. Speaking of IGN, creator of GTA 6 said, I don't know that I care, but he said, if people want that, I think companies should provide it. But I don't know that I personally care, he said. He went on to say that one of the benefits of digital games is the ability to update and fix problems. You could do that with a disc, nigga. And this has been really useful for the quality of games. Cap. See? This shit is, you niggas is under spells. The quality of games went down. It started with the 360 and PS3 era when things started moving towards digital because developers realized, oh, wait a minute, we don't need to finish the game. Let's just put it out in an okay state and we can patch it later. That's bullshit, bro. I don't believe that. And he just went on in there yapping and shit like that, which goes to show you they only make the disc because people support it. But if you don't support it, they're not going to make it. They don't really give a fuck. They said as long as they're making money, that's all they care about. And PlayStation niggas are fraud news here on this stream. I preach the good word of PlayStation niggas don't buy games. And when I say PlayStation niggas don't buy games, I'm talking about their exclusives. PlayStation niggas sit in Twitter spaces. They sit on Clubhouse, Instagram comments, and Facebook talking about how great the PlayStation is, saying that, oh, we got Final Fantasy, we got Ghost of Tsushima, we got all these fucking exclusives, but I never see any of these games at the top of the leaderboard. Ladies and gentlemen, we got a new update. What that say? Halo Campaign Evolve is currently the best-selling game on the PS5. One thing we know for sure is PlayStation niggas love Xbox games. And after that, they love them ball and gun games. College football, Black Ops 2, Assassin's Creed. This shit got a gun in it. It's ball and gun adjacent. Yeah, remakes and old ports. What they say, we got the best games though. All right. I don't know, man. They're secretly a fan. Once again, the point of me even covering this shit, I really don't give a fuck what you play. The point of me covering it is to prove once again the console war is not real. Niggas sit on social media fighting this console war, but then what that shit say right there? Y'all love these games, man. So just look for the best deal instead of fighting the console war. Souls-like game Wu Chang is officially getting a sequel developed by its creators' new studio after the original team was reportedly disbanded. While we weren't too hot on the 2025 Souls-like Wu Chang Fallen Feather, I agree that shit was basura. It was a hit for Chinese developer Lindsay and publisher 505, reaching 5 million players across all platforms. However, a report from the Chinese publication Gamer Sky early this year claimed the game's director and producer, Ji Shawan, has been fired from Lindsay. A number of staff were also reportedly let go. Although the Wu Chang IP was then sold to the 505 Games parent company, Digital Bros, for around 4.6 million back in April, the future of the series was left up in the air until today. 505 Games just announced that they are working on a sequel with a new studio. Wu Chang's story is far from over. Today, we're excited to share that 505 Games has officially entered into a new partnership with, I don't know, whatever. The original, oh, well, that works. Let's see. Where would I leave off? Well, Feathers and new student. Joining a random chapter. The Wu Chang Fallen Feathers hit over 130,000 concurrent players on Steam and launched and reached a total of 5 million players across PC and console platforms since then. Keep in mind, you know the reason why they keep saying 5 million players? That's not the sales. So like those are sales, but the number total isn't, because keep in mind this game was on Game Pass. They don't really want you to know what the sales were. I said what I said. This game was butt. Along the way, we've remembered every bit of your support, feedback, and expectations. As of now, the Wu Chang sequel has officially entered its preparation phase. It will lead indefinitely will lead the creative development, while 505 Games will provide funding and global publishing. Future development will remain firmly rooted in China. We listen closely to the real voices of players in the community, and we remain firmly devoted to our original creations, aspirations, and cultural foundations, striving to answer everyone's long-standing expectations with more polish and quality and a more complete experience. Hey, I hope so. I'd be willing to give the sequel a chance if it's more polished and fleshed out. I didn't like this game because it was just janky as fuck. Before I got to that boss fight that pissed me off, I had already had a ton of issues with this game. The performance was bad, but most importantly, the hit detection was ass. I'm sorry. You cannot make a difficult Souls-like game where the hit detection is wonky. I'm just gonna turn that shit off, bro. You think having permanent price changes on games for older games help for digital-only storefronts? Think having permanent price changes on games for older games help for digital? Are you saying like they should lower the prices on games? Is that what you're saying? That stream was fucking hilarious. Fuck that game. I disagree. It wasn't groundbreaking, but I enjoyed it. You enjoyed it because it was on Game Pass, nigga. You paid 70 for that? Shout out to RPG Kane with that 5 and stuff. Oh shit. And then I owe you 5. And then last but not least, first look at the Naruto TCG Power World STG drops tomorrow. We'll be pack ripping if I can get my hands on a pack. Naruto card game first look. Here we go. You say you too loud? You said you ain't wrong. I appreciate you being honest at least. You can still enjoy it, but you knew you was playing that shit because it was on Game Pass. This is my power to be my Nindo. Sasuke! Shout out to Dead Point with the sub. Appreciate it. Who's copping? Who's copping? Believe in the power. I'm on this heavy. I might cop, bruh. It's the 3rd Naruto card game to come out. But this one, for some reason, is getting more hyped than the previous ones. I don't know why, but I will be keeping an eye on it, man. I'm gonna see. I might do, especially because I know a lot about Naruto. Come on, it's my name. I might do some pack rips on this if I see some hype for it. A nigga ain't playing no card game. What's wrong with card games, bro? I like card games. I like Magic. I like Yu-Gi-Oh. Used to play a little bit of Pokemon. What's wrong with card games? Uno. What was you doing? I was doing that real nigga jutsu or some shit, bro. You feel me? I just had to get in the character. Yeah, Slay the Spire. Nigga's too cool for any. Hey, I just want you to know when you said, I just want you to know, I'm gonna just food for thought. This man said, niggas ain't playing no fucking card games. Translation, niggas ain't playing no strategy games where you gotta think and shit. Give me that gun and that ball, bro. That's what you said. You didn't directly say it, but that's what you said. Look at this nigga playing strategy game, bro. This nigga thinking, bro. Just say you're not interested. Like, oh shit. I bet this nigga play chess too.